Welcome to my channel, Value Old Coins. Today videos is one you won't to miss. We're diving into the world of coins, so let's get it started. The 2006 Nevada State Quarter is part of the U.S. Mint's celebrated 50 State Quarters program, which ran from 1999 to 2008 and honored each of the 50 states with a unique design on the reverse of the quarter-dollar coin. Nevada's quarter was the first release of 2006 and the 36th overall in the series. Its obverse bears the familiar portrait of George Washington, originally sculpted by John Flanagan in 1932, and modified slightly over the years for technical clarity and modern minting standards. This side features the inscriptions, United States of America, the national motto, In God We Trust, the word liberty, and the denomination quarter dollar. A D mint mark below In God We Trust indicates it was struck at the Denver Mint. The design encapsulates enduring American values and symbols, serving both as legal tender and a canvas of national heritage. The reverse of the Bayou Nevada State Quarter showcases a beautifully detailed scene symbolizing the state's wild frontier spirit, natural beauty, and historical significance. At the center are three galloping wild Mustangs, rendered in dynamic motion to reflect Nevada's deep connection to untamed wilderness and freedom. These horses are surrounded by sagebrush, the state flower, further grounding the design in the natural ecology of Nevada. Above them arches the inscription, The Silver State, a nod to Nevada's economic and historical roots in silver mining. Beneath the scene is the issue year, 2006, and to the left, the year of statehood, 1864, marking when Nevada joined the Union during the height of the Civil War. Just below that, we see E pluribus unum, Latin for out of EA. Many, one, the time-honored motto emphasizing unity among the states. This design was created by sculptor-engraver Don Everhart, who managed to balance historic relevance with artistic elegance in a compact numismatic canvas. Nevada's inclusion as the Silver State reflects its vital role in American mining history. The discovery of the Comstock lode in the 1850s ushered in a silver boom that transformed the region, supporting Union finances during the Civil War and catalyzing westward expansion. The state's economy, politics, and demographics were shaped significantly by this mining heritage, and the term Silver State remains a source of regional pride. The three wild Mustangs depicted are also highly symbolic. Nevada is home to the largest population of free-roaming wild horses in the United States, making the animals emblematic of the state's rugged, independent identity. These horses descend from animals brought over by the Spanish in the 16th century, and their presence on the coin honors both natural history and Nevada's role in preserving American wilderness. Minted in copper-nickel-clad composition, like all modern circulating quarters, the Nevada State Quarter weighs 5.67 grams and has a diameter of 24.26 mm with a reeded edge. Though not struck in silver for circulation, collectors could acquire 90% silver-proof versions minted in San Francisco. These special editions were available as part of the U.S. Mint's proof and silver-proof sets. The Denver, D, and Philadelphia, P, mints produced coins for general circulation, while the San Francisco, S, mint struck proof coins. The mintage for the Denver version alone surpassed 263 million coins, making it widely available but still cherished by collectors due to its aesthetic and thematic appeal. Although high mintages keep the face value low for circulated versions, pristine, uncirculated examples, especially those graded MS67 or above by services like PCGS or NGC, can command modest premiums in the numismatic market. Proof versions, in deep cameo condition, also appeal to state quarter enthusiasts. The Nevada Quarter, like others in the 50 State Quarters series, played a significant role in invigorating public interest in coin collecting. The program was announced in 1997 and signed into law under the United States Commemorative Coin Program Act, receiving overwhelming public support. It allowed each state to submit design concepts, often developed in partnership with local artists, historians, and school children. A final design was selected with input from governors and citizens, then approved by the Secretary of the Treasury. The program was immensely popular, bringing millions of Americans into casual or serious collecting and often sparking educational discussions about U.S. history, geography, and art. Coins became miniature history lessons, and collectors eagerly awaited each new state's design every 10 weeks. Symbolically, the Nevada State Quarter touches on multiple themes: freedom, the American West, economic transformation, and environmental identity. It connects the state's unique past to the shared national narrative. By embedding these meanings into everyday change, the coin helps keep regional stories alive. It also reminds us of the evolving nature of American identity and the importance of federalism, where each state retains its heritage while contributing to the broader union. The inclusion of phrases like "In God We Trust" and "E pluribus unum" situates the coin within long-standing American traditions of faith, unity, and civic pride. In summary, the 2006 Nevada State Quarter is not merely a piece of circulating currency, but a compact ambassador of cultural and historical significance. It captures the wild elegance of Nevada's landscapes, its mining past, and the resilient spirit of its people. As part of the larger State Quarters series, it reflects a unique moment in modern American numismatics, when coins once again became storytelling instruments, bridging generations and educating the public. Whether in the hands of a school child, discovering state history for the first time, or a seasoned collector admiring its sculptural detail, the Nevada Quarter remains a treasured artifact of both its state and the nation. The Harpers Ferry National Historical Park Quarter, issued in 2016, not 2006, is one of the most historically rich and symbolically layered coins in the America the Beautiful Quarters program, which ran from 2010 to 2021 and celebrated national parks and historical sites in each U.S. state and territory. This specific quarter honors Harpers Ferry in West Virginia, a small but immensely significant site in American history, particularly known for its strategic location at the confluence of the Potomac and Shenandoah rivers, its Civil War significance, and most famously, for John Brown's 1859 raid, an event that inflamed sectional tensions and helped ignite the American Civil War. On the obverse of the coin is the familiar portrait of George Washington, originally sculpted by John Flanagan in 1932, and slightly modified by sculptor William Cousins for this series. It bears the inscriptions "United States of America," "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and "Quarter Dollar." The presence of a D mint mark under "In God We Trust" identifies the coin as having been minted in Denver, one of the two primary mints responsible for circulation coins, the other being Philadelphia, indicated with a P. The reverse of the Harpers Ferry Quarter features a striking image of John Brown's fort, the firehouse where Brown and his men made their last stand during the failed attempt to incite a slave revolt. Designed by Thomas Hiption and sculpted by Phoebe Hemphill, this reverse captures the fort as it would have appeared in the mid-19th century. It is depicted with stunning architectural detail, centered in a peaceful tree-lined setting, providing a stark visual contrast to the violent and tumultuous history it represents. The inscriptions read "Harpers Ferry, West Virginia, John Brown's Fort, 2016, and the national motto, "E pluribus unum," Latin for "out of many one." This site and its depiction commemorate one of the most controversial and influential moments in pre-Civil War America. John Brown, a white abolitionist who believed armed rebellion was the only way to overthrow the institution of slavery, led a raid on the federal armory at Harpers Ferry in October 1859. Though the raid failed, Brown's martyrdom in the North galvanized abolitionist sentiment in the North and struck fear into the pro-slavery South. The structure known as John Brown's Fort, originally an engine house, has been moved several times since the Bull 19th century, but was returned near its original location within the National Historical Park, where it stands as a powerful symbol of freedom, rebellion, and the high human costs of the struggle for equality. The decision to place this building on a coin underscores the U.S. Mint's commitment to showcasing places that bear complex, layered historical meaning, not just natural beauty or tourist appeal. Harper's Ferry itself has served as a transportation hub, an industrial town, and a contested site during the Civil War, changing hands between Union and Confederate forces 14 times. It was also the site of one of the earliest integrated schools in the South, Storer College, a historically black institution founded in the Reconstruction era. The coin was struck in copper nickel-clad composition for circulation, with special 90% silver versions released in collector-proof and silver-proof sets from the San Francisco Mint, bearing an S mint mark. It has a standard quarter diameter of 24.26 mm, weighs 5.67 grams, and features a reeded edge. The Denver D and Philadelphia P mints produced millions of Harper's Ferry quarters for general circulation, while the San Francisco Mint focused on proof and uncirculated collector coins. Although the circulating coins are common, pristine, uncirculated examples in grades like MS-67 or MS-68, especially with full strike designations, can have some value to collectors. The silver-proof editions, especially in deep cameo condition, are favored by series enthusiasts due to their mirror-like fields and frosted devices. Numismatically and historically, this coin is significant because it represents a moment when the United States Mint chose to commemorate not just military triumphs or natural grandeur, but also the deeply painful and transformative struggles at the heart of American democracy. Unlike many coins that focus on unity or celebration, the Harper's Ferry quarter acknowledges division, resistance, and moral reckoning. It provides a tangible link to the era leading up to the Civil War and invites Americans to reflect on the legacies of slavery, civil disobedience, and federal authority. John Brown remains a polarizing figure, hero to some, terrorist to others, but his role in forcing the country to confront the contradictions of liberty and bondage cannot be denied. In this way, the coin serves not just as currency, but as a miniature historical monument carried in the pockets of millions and used as a tool for education and reflection. Additionally, Harper's Ferry has deep ties to the early African-American struggle for education and equality. The presence of Storer College and the Niagara Movement Conference of 1906, a precursor to the NAACP, held on its grounds further connects the site to civil rights history. Thus, the Harper's Ferry quarter stands at the crossroads of multiple historical timelines, from the abolitionist movement to the Civil War, from Reconstruction to civil rights, each layer adding depth to its meaning. The America the Beautiful Quarters program, under which this coin was issued, sought to go beyond the 50-state quarters by focusing on national parks and sites of importance across the country. This program gave Americans an unprecedented view into their heritage, geography, and national identity, literally through the change in their hands. In summary, the 2016 Harper's Ferry quarter is far more than a piece of change. It is a numismatic tribute to a site of profound national memory. From John Brown's fiery stand against slavery to the long road toward racial equality that followed, Harper's Ferry is a place where the American story twisted through conflict and conscience. The coin's meticulous design, rich symbolism, and historical resonance make it a must-have for collectors and historians alike. Whether viewed as a celebration of moral courage or a reminder of the nation's painful divisions, it is a coin that speaks and asks us to listen.